Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay, I'm back. Let me do my little thumbnail. Y'all, I am still learning YouTube. I'm forever a student learning something. Oh my God. Okay, so on this week's episode of the Living Single Mom podcast, it is entitled Flip the Coin. And as you know, flip the coin means, you know, what's on the other side. One side of the coin is heads, the other side is tails, and it can mean something metaphorically like flipping the coin, what's on the other side. And the aspect that I'm coming from is the coin of sexuality, stereotypes, and double standards for men and women. Yes, that coin, girl. Oftentimes, women are expected to be in this role of like perfection, be seen and not heard, stand by your man, don't wear this, don't do that, be classy, not trashy, be a lady in the street and a freak in the sheets. Even dating back from centuries ago, if you've watched anything from like the 1700s, 1800s, early 1900s, any show, any movie, it basically views women as like inferior to men. And I've been thinking about it so much, this topic of turning a hoe or whore, whatever terminology you want to use, into a housewife. And I've heard it growing up for years, that saying. And what brought it to my attention again is the show Bridgerton. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to tell y'all how many times I've watched Bridgerton, but I've watched it more than once. So, back in that era, women were supposed to be so perfect. Like, you could not even be seen alone with a man. Like, the rumors alone would tarnish you. It would ruin your name, your family's name. You could not wear anything too revealing. You couldn't go into certain parts of town and still be deemed a lady. You could not, act in such a way that could make you seem as a whore. And excuse my British accent, it comes out sometimes because I love it. I've been practicing and I like it and I just do it sometimes. So, that's my thing, my British accent. That's my little thing there. So, and I'm like, dang, women really could not, you couldn't even be seen alone. Like if you were in the park or garden talking to a man late at night, just talking, as innocent as talking, if someone saw that, a rumor could start and just ruin your relationship. And you know what scene I'm talking about with Daphne and the Duke and the other one that she wanted to marry who met her. But you know what I'm talking about if you watch the show. If you don't watch the show, you should. It's on Netflix. It's so good. So, and that just got me thinking, like, even in the early 1900s, women were viewed as just this object of perfection. Don't do this, don't do that, don't be too sexual, don't be too revealing. And I'm tired of that stereotype. Even recently, within the last couple of months, I've seen posts on social media about, if you want a husband, this is what you need to do. You don't need to be a whore. You don't need to dress like one. You need to do this. Don't do this. No man's gonna respect you if you do this X, Y, and Z. Patooey. Okay? Like, what are we saying about men? Okay? Are we saying you can't turn a whore into a husband? Are we saying that? Is anybody saying that? Because we've put this value on a man's opinion and his ego so much that women aren't allowed to be free. And in my eyes and in my perspective, in my opinion, promiscuity is not gender specific. Just because a man sold his royal oats, that's what they're told to do. Sow your royal oats. And some of y'all been sowing too much. And have fun and don't settle down too soon, date around, try it out, try the women out, be a player. That's like applauded for men. As many women as you can get. It's not just on a belt. But if a woman does it, it is viewed in a negative way. And oftentimes, some people, I'm not going to say everyone, but some people try to make women feel bad for that. For, like, a man can have a whore phase or a hoe phase lasting long into adulthood. And a woman, if we do it, it's like, she a hoe. She a hoe. She done been around the block. She a passed along. Well, men are the same thing. It's just that we're expected to accept it from a man, He can go out and have this reputation of having every woman he's ever wanted and slept with that person. And we're just supposed to accept that. That was his past. And it's some husbands now who have a past. And women, it's kind of like shunned upon. Like, I hear a very more negative connotation towards women than I do men when they do it. And I'm just like over it. Like, let's just dead that stereotype that like, please. It's double standard, it's stupid. Everyone, I'm not gonna say everyone, a lot of people have a past. They just do. You might not run into a person who is just squeaky clean or a virgin. And if that's okay too, that is okay. It is okay. It is okay. You still can marry. You still can find the love of your life. You still are valuable regardless of what you did in the past. And I'm speaking specifically to women because a lot of the times women are the ones who are bashed for it or viewed negatively or belittled, even by other women. And it is okay to be promiscuous and protect yourself while you're doing it. And there's not a set way of life. Everybody's not going to fall into those rules, those societal rules. And that is okay. But I just really want to kill that, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Oh, she's got a name for us. She's been around the block. So has he. He has too. Matter of fact, he has the kids to prove it. You think about that? And then, like, there are married men who still voice their opinion about other women who are not their wife. I'll never understand that, but it happens. And those same men who degrade women, who talk about women for their past or what they used to do in high school or college, all those same men lust after those same women, those same types of women, and they end up cheating on their wives. But was he turned into a husband? He sure was. He sure was turned into a husband, but he's a whore, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm not bashing anyone. If you want to live your life, live your life. Just protect yourself and live your life. But we have got to stop bashing women for doing the same thing that a man does. We have to. It's damaging, it's taxing, and it's unproductive. So live your life. And ultimately, get this. It ain't none of your business. I know, right? What other people do. It's really none of our business, guys. Damn, you mean to tell me it's none of my business? Yes, it's none of your business what they do. As long as they're not hurting you, it's none of your business. So, that is what this latest episode is about. Just flipping that coin, because oftentimes we don't really view that coin or look at it in a different aspect. This is strictly perspective. What I'm saying is not set in stone or ingrained anywhere. It is simply my perspective, guys. That is it. That is all. But let's take into consideration our words. Let's take into consideration how they might affect people and all of that good jazz, y'all. Like, flip the coin. Yes, we have some promiscuous women, and yes, we have promiscuous men. They're just not talked about as often. Okay, so this episode is on Apple, it is on Spotify, it is on Google Podcasts, it's on Breaker, it is on Anchor. Go ahead and listen to this episode. I'm going to link it down below. And share, comment, like, tell a friend, say, hey, check out the Living Single Moms podcast and her YouTube that goes along with it. This is like a little recap of her podcast episodes, okay? She's showing some more personality on her YouTube or whatever. Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all be safe. Wash your hands. Eat your fruits and veggies. Wear your mask. Stay out of the crowd. Whew. Send up a prayer for me. I'll pray for you in exchange. See ya.